Hello guys, it's JT here with TGN. This is going to be the jeweler guide for Guild Wars 2. Now jeweling is the crafting discipline in Guild Wars 2 that can make some of the best rings, accessories, and necklaces in the game. You can also make jewels from gemstones that can be added to accessories with an upgrade slot. So, let's go into it. Now, the base materials you're going to need for jeweling are gemstones and ore, and these can be acquired by gathering nodes or just buying them on the trading post. Now what you're going to do is refine this ore into ingots, which will be used to make your crafting components. Now I know what you're thinking, look at all this huge list right here. You're like, oh, this is the most difficult profession in any MMO ever. But no, don't worry, it's not that complicated. There are only 5 base crafting components that you'll need to use. Now, this is the setting, the hook, the filigree, the chain, and the band. Now, these crafting components used in different combinations will yield different accessories. And there are only 3 accessories actually, filling up 5 accessory slots. Now let's take a look at those. You have the amulet, which is the next slot, the 2 rings, and you have the 2 earrings which go in the accessory slot. Now, let's look at the combinations used to make these different accessories. Now, the amulet is going to use the setting, the chain, and a gemstone and or jewel. And the earring is, like I said, takes up the 2 accessory slots. It's going to take a hook, a setting, and a gemstone or jewel. And lastly, we have the 2 rings. You're going to need a band, a setting, and a gemstone or a different combination of jewels. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, whoa, what are these mysterious jewels you speak of? Well, jewels are basically used to create the better jeweling items. So as you can see right here, this is a masterwork jewel. Now, jewels are used to create masterwork or higher items, and they take a filigree and a gemstone. Now, some of the higher quality jewels are going to take more mats like globs of ectoplasm and more expensive filigrees, but these are used to craft the best accessories in the game. And let's take a look at this recipe right here. And some recipes will need more than 1 jewel, so it can tend to be a little expensive, but like I said, these are the best accessories in the game. Now, let's talk about stats here. Now, higher tier gemstones will have 3 stats. And let's look at this one. As you can see, it has power, precision, and critical damage. And you'll want the best combination for your spec, obviously. So, I'll put a spreadsheet of all accessible combinations in the description below. Now, this is not me. All credit goes to Mini May from the server Emery Bay. He put together this huge spreadsheet of all the different combinations, so take a look at that if you're looking to min-max your gear. Okay, now let's take a look at the different qualities of gear that you can make. Now, the very base is going to be fine quality, and it's going to take 2 crafting components plus the base gemstone that you get from mining. And next you have masterwork gear. This is going to be used by creating a masterwork jewel plus the 2 components. Now, the masterwork jewel is the very base jewel, and it's used by just combining a filigree and the gemstone. Now, rare is going to take 3 rare jewels and 2 components. Now, let's look at the rare jewels here. They're used by combining 5 gemstones plus a filigree and a glob of ecto. Now let's get to the big gear, the exotic gear, best gear in the game. They're going to take 5 exotic jewels, 2 components. Everything across the board is only going to take 2 of the components from ore, so it won't bust your bank too bad until you get to orichalcum. Now let's talk about the exotic jewels here. They're used by combining rare gemstones, a filigree, and a glob of ecto. So there are all of your different qualities of accessories that you can make. Alright, now let's wrap it up with discovery, and I'll throw in some tips at the end. Now, discovery is how you're going to get most of your recipes, and it's the tab up here. And discovery is going to yield more XP than crafting something that you already know. And it's always going to be the same formula. It's going to take 2 of the components. Now, I've already talked about the different combinations. So you need 2 of the base components plus the different number of gemstones or jewels based on what the quality of gear that you want. Now, I've just made a simple masterwork jewel here. So that's all you do. You put in these 3 things, then you press craft, and boom, you have discovered a new recipe and hopefully gained some XP there. So there you go, there's discovery. Now, just to wrap this video up with some tips, when you reach a new tier, you want to craft ingots and components while they are orange, because it's basically free XP and you're going to need them later anyway. And another tip is salvaging gear you make to cut back costs if it doesn't sell well in the trading post. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see right here, here's the masterwork amulet I just made. Now, I would recommend using a journeyman salvage kit or higher. Usually I have the mystic ones, but I ran out for some reason. But as you can see, salvage this right here and you'll get some ore back, and you'll also get your jewel back. So there you go, guys. That is going to be it for the Jeweler Guide. For more Guild Wars 2, check out our show here on Channel 2 TGN. Thanks for watching.